So let's discuss today about professional email writing easy guide for students. Okay, because uh, writing email in a IT sector, it's play a very important role. Okay, so let's discuss about how to learn concise and professional email in IT. So the first is the subject line. See here, it's not mentioned like in email as you all aware like. You have if you have to send the mail, then in the recipient you will add the recipient mail. Okay, right? So I'm considering like you all guys know about to and from means from in which you will add your email ID and to in which you are sending the mail. Okay. So then after second step is to the subject line. It is the first impression. Okay, so in the subject line, you have to keep it is short and very clear, like 8 to 10 words. You can just divide it like what action you want to take, means basically on what topic or what issues you are going to write the mail. Okay, so what action you will take. Second will be the topic you can mention, which is most highlighted one, that topic you can mention, and the reference you can give the, you can see below the examples like request, you are raising a request. Like second you can mention the topic for the accessing of accessing for testing. See here, accessing for testing, you can see, sorry, accessing for testing. This is the topic. Reference you can just mention like project phonics. Means which project you are just raising the request for the testing. Just mention in a simple and concise way. Second example, you can say like update. You just want to update about the server issues. Okay, on 23rd August. Like suppose any activity scheduled. It's related to the server issues. Suppose if you have to purge the data or the you if you have to delete the old logs, okay, from the application from the server. So you want to just give an update and you just mention the date, like on which date this activity performed basically. So this is the short and clear subject line you can see. And this is the in this way you can't just mention need help, then no one can understand on which issue you just asking about the help. Okay, so this is the first line, it is the first impression, that is the subject line. Let's go for the second, that is greeting, polite opening. In the every subject line you have to just first send one greeting. In greeting you can mention hi John for one person. Suppose if you are sending mail to only one person, so you can just simply write like hi John, whatever the no, name is mentioned of the person. Or if you are sending to a group, then you can just simple mention hello team, hi team, just send like this. And avoid like mention like respected sir or madam, because you are not aware, right, whether that person is she or he. So it's a very too old fashioned, it's not a professional. So please try to avoid this type of mistakes. Okay, so this is the second, that is the greeting. This is the polite opening. Third, you can see like introduction, purpose of email, why you are sending mail, why you are writing the mail basically. So first start with a one clear sentence. So you can just start with like first I'm writing to request access to the QS server. Suppose if you want the access of the server, so you can just start with the simple, like I'm writing to request access to the QA server, or I wanted to share an update on a sprint issues. Sprint issues in that case, you can raise, like you can write like this. Suppose any activity is going on, or any system reboot activities is going on. So there the time is mentioned, schedule mentioned. There is scheduled time. Okay, like from within a 2 hours or 3 hours, you have to perform the activity and you have to complete it. So you just want to give an update. So you can mention like I wanted to share an update on a sprint issues. So this is the simple introduction. Okay, this is the third. Fourth is the main body. Main body in which nahi. Fourth is the main body. In the main body, you have to just brief about your issue or whatever the information you want to just share. You can just brief it like details and action, whatever the actions you have taken. Like use the bullets for clarity. You can use the bullet point like access for QS server needed by 24th of August. You can mention the timing also, like 3 p.m. IST. If you needed any report or any documents, you just mention the date. Okay. Purpose, purpose you can mention like a regression testing. So this is the main point. So you can highlight it. This is the main body, and in this all you can just explain in a very detailed way. Fifth point, you can just see the attachment and the next step. Suppose if you want to attach any documents related to that action, whatever the action you performed on the system, on the server, so you just mention the name of the files clearly. Example, report is print on 23rd of August PDF. So in this way, you have to rename your PDF also. See, because this is, you can see the clear, anyone who will see the PDF can clearly understand like, okay, it's a PDF is clearly related to the report sprint that activities are scheduled on the 23rd of August. So it's a clear. So this is the professional way to rename the PDF file. Okay, third, you can mention like ensure sharing permission. Suppose if you want permissions. So next step you can just mention please ensure the sharing permissions or mention next actions and deadline clearly. Okay, suppose activities is going on, so you can mention the next actions what you are going to take. Okay, and what is the deadline for complete this activity too. So you have to just precisely in a clear way you have to mention the deadline. Sixth is the closing and sign off. Closing lines, uh, you have to always end with the thank you for your support or looking forward to your approval. Suppose if you need approval, see in the company, basically you can't start any activity before approval. If the activity is critical, if any issues will create during the activity, then it will create a big issue. Like application will not work, user will start facing the issues. So in that case, before you have to perform any activity, any changes you want to do, before that you have to just take an approval. So suppose you are sending mail related to the approval, so you can just closing, you can just mention the closing lines like looking forward to your approval and signing off regards and your name like here Mani Sharma. In turn, whatever the if you are a student, you can just mention like a student, or if you are working as a any company as a IT support or whatever the designation, you can just mention it. XYZ and your date. So let me show you. tips. There's some bonus tips, 4 points that is the most important. You have to keep it in mind. Like keep sentences short and professional. Highlight important dates or actions. Okay, important dates or whatever the action you have taken. So you can just highlight it. One email, one topic. Okay, and double check attachments and recipes. Because see, once you deliver or you send a message, then you can't retrieve it, right? So because uh, better to before sending it, double check it attachment whether attachment is the correct related to that activity and related to that you have sent or not, to have attached the correct files or not. Recipients, the email IDs you have mentioned is the correct or not. So this you can just recheck before sending it. You can just recheck. This is the tips and the points which you have to keep it in mind. So I would like to show you one sample professional email. So you can see here the subject line you can mention like you want access, VPN access. Suppose this is related to that email. So subject you can mention like you are requesting, see, and then you can just mention VPN access and ticket number. You have raised one ticket for the reference. And then greetings, this is the first step, hi John, because one person you are just sending the mail, so simply hi John. Second line is the introduction, like related to what you want to send the mail. So you can see here, I'm writing to request VPN access for the QA environment to execute testing for the upcoming release. Okay, so this is the introduction. Body, you can mention the request. Request for what? Request for, you can mention the environment, means which environment you want the access. Like QA and staging environment, you want access. Okay. Needed, you can mention the date and with the timing at 5 p.m. IST you need. Okay. Ticket ID you just for the reference you can mention. And this and then the end you can just mention like once approved, I will complete the regression test and share the report. Okay. So here you just mention you need access and if you will get the access, you will complete the regression test and share the report. And then in the last you can just mention thanks, your name, your designation and the XYZ text solution. So in this way, you have to just write the email in a very clear and a precise way. So please, guys, follow this. It will help you a lot. Okay. And if you like my videos and my content, so please like and subscribe my channel for the next update. So thanks for watching.